Most new yoga teachers think confidence comes from more training. 20 years in, I can tell you it doesn't. I'm Sage Rountree, and I help yoga teachers build confidence and build sustainable teaching careers. I have trained hundreds of teachers in my programs at Carolina Yoga Company and Comfort Zone Yoga. And in that time, I have watched the same confidence crisis show up again and again in brand new teachers, in experienced teachers returning after a break, and in teachers who have stacked certification after certification but still feel like they're not ready. In this video, I'm going to show you where yoga teacher confidence actually comes from, the 5 phases every teacher moves through on the path toward mastery, and 5 practical things you can do starting with your very next class. I explore each of these ideas in much more depth on my podcast, Yoga Teacher Confidential. I'll link the confidence playlist in the description. And if you want to be part of a community of teachers working through these same questions together, join The Zone. It's my free community for yoga teachers. It has monthly live calls, lesson plan templates, and over 2,100 teachers who get it. The link is in the description. Here's the thing that took me years to fully absorb. You are not the hero of your yoga class. Your students are. This might sound simple, but it changes everything about how you show up at the front of the room. When you think you're the hero, the performer, the expert, the one who needs to impress, you carry the entire weight of the class on your shoulders. Every blank expression feels like judgment. Every student who leaves early feels like a verdict. Every moment you forget a cue feels like a failure. But when you understand that your job is to be the guide, Obi-Wan to your students Luke Skywalker, the stage manager while they're the actors, that pressure dissolves. You're not there to be impressive. You are there to serve. This shift doesn't just reduce anxiety. It also makes you a better teacher. Because the moment you stop performing for your students and start paying attention to them, you will begin making real-time adjustments based on what your students actually need. That responsiveness is what experienced teachers have that new teachers are working toward. And it starts with this one reframe. You're not the hero, you are the guide. Confidence comes from reps, not from certifications. I hear this constantly. I just need to finish my 300-hour training and then I will feel ready. Or once I get my Yin certification, I'll feel more confident. I understand the impulse. More training feels like more permission. And of course, I want you to take a 300-hour yoga teacher training and a Yin certification. I offer both. But here's what 20 years of teaching has taught me. Confidence is not deposited by certifications. It is built through reps. Think of it like cooking. A chef doesn't gain confidence from memorizing every recipe in the book. They gain confidence from cooking, from making the same dish dozens of times until their hands know what to do even before their brain does. The recipe gave them a starting point, and the reps gave them confidence. Teaching yoga works the same way. Your training gave you the framework, the classes build the confidence. One more thing worth saying clearly here. The students in your class this week are not waiting for you to have more letters after your name. They signed up to practice yoga with you now. They want to feel good in their bodies and find a moment of calm in a complicated week. You already have what they need. More training is wonderful. There's absolutely a time and place for it, but it won't give you what 50 more classes will give you. One of the most useful frameworks I've developed over the years is what I call the Yoga Teacher Success Timeline. Most yoga teachers move through 5 phases over the course of their careers. And knowing which phase you are in is enormously helpful because it normalizes your current struggle. Phase 1 is post-training panic. You have your certificate, you've done the hours, and you feel completely unprepared. Y'all, this is normal. This is nearly universal. The certificate is not a guarantee of competence. It's an invitation to go develop it. Phase 2 is finding your footing. You start getting regular classes, you develop a handful of sequences you trust, you learn your students' names, the blank faces you see in class stop terrifying you. In phase 3, you're building momentum. You find your niche, you develop a signature style, and you start thinking beyond the class in front of you toward your teaching career as a whole. Phase 4 is thriving. You have healthy boundaries, referral networks, loyal students. You're not just surviving the teaching week, you're actually enjoying it. And phase 5 is mastery and legacy. You're training the teachers who will train the teachers. Your impact multiplies beyond what you can personally deliver. The teachers you admire, the ones who seem so settled, so at ease in the front of the room, they went through phase 1 too. Post-training panic is not a sign that you're not cut out for this. It's just phase 1. Keep going. Now, here are 5 practical tools you can use this week. 1, learn your students' names. This is low-tech and high impact. When you greet someone by name, you're telling them, you are seen, you belong here, I am glad you came. It builds connection, and connection builds confidence for both of you, teacher and student. Number 2, use a consistent sequence. I know this can feel counterintuitive. Shouldn't you keep it fresh? No, here's the thing. Your students learn through repetition. Their bodies actually need to practice the same movements multiple times to absorb them. When you teach a sequence you know deeply, that's when you can pay attention to your students instead of scanning your mental outline for what comes next. Consistency is not stagnation. It's the foundation that makes presence possible. Number 3, start and end with intention. The opening and the closing of your class are what your students will remember most. A grounded, specific opening tells them what they came for, and a memorable closing sends them out with something to carry off the mat. These don't need to be elaborate. A single clear sentence will do way more than 5 vague ones. Tip number 4, step off your mat. Your mat is not a raft protecting you from the sea of students. When you walk the room and get close to your students, you become more attuned. Your students feel more seen, and your teaching becomes a real conversation instead of a performance. As a bonus, you stop fixating on your own delivery and start seeing and noticing what your class actually needs. And tip number 5, reframe your nerves. Nerves are not the enemy. Nerves mean you care about your students' experience. I have been teaching for over 2 decades, and I still feel a flutter before every class because I am invested. The day that flutter disappears might be the day I stopped caring enough to be fully present. So instead of trying to eliminate nerves, translate them. That tightness in your chest isn't dread, it's readiness. It's a sign that you care. Let's talk about the long game. Confidence isn't a destination, it's an ongoing practice. And like yoga itself, it is not linear. You will have classes where everything flows and you feel like the best teacher you've ever been. You will also have classes where nothing seems to land and you leave wondering why you do this at all. Both of those classes are making you better. The wins give you evidence that you can do this. The hard classes give you the friction that will build real skill. The teachers who develop durable, lasting confidence are not the ones who had the smoothest start. They are the ones who kept showing up, especially after the hard classes. Now, which phase of the yoga teacher success timeline resonates with where you are right now? Is it post-training panic, finding your footing, building momentum, thriving, or mastery and legacy? Drop it in the comments. I really want to know, and I read every single comment. If you want to keep working on your confidence alongside a community of teachers who understand exactly what you're going through, join the Zone. It's my free community for yoga teachers at comfortzoneyoga.com. You will get monthly live calls, lesson plan templates, and access to over 2,100 teachers who are building their confidence right along with you. The link is in the description. For a deep dive on every aspect of confidence, from handling imposter syndrome to what to do when no one shows up to class, check out the Confidence playlist on my Yoga Teacher Confidential podcast. I'll link it in the description. See you there.